Alright, so here's the window problem that you just worked out. And it said that Zach is making picture frames, and they measure 5.5 by 3 1/4 inches. And he needs to make 2 picture frames. How much wood pieces does he need? Let's see. Yeah, how many wood strips does he need to make the 2 frames? So this is what you had on your sheet, this one frame. Well, it just told us that he needs to make 2 frames. So here's another one that is just like the first one he needs to make. Now, it only shows us dimensions for 2 sides, but if he's making the frame, he's got to have wood for all 4 sides. So which by the way is finding the what? The perimeter is what we're finding. Perimeter goes around the outside. So we know that if this side is 5.5, then this side is also 5.5 inches. And if the bottom is 3 1/4 inches, so is the top 3 1/4. I'm gonna leave off my inches here, just to save space. So now I've got it all labeled. I know the dimensions of every side of my frame. So now what I have to do is I've got to add up all of these sides to know how many inches of wood strips that he needs. So that's a lot to add. So if I've got 4ths and halves to add, so they're different denominators, it makes the most sense if you start with one of them and add all of them up that have the same denominator. So you could either add all the 5.5 inches or all the 3 1/4 inches. We'll just start with 5.5. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, so I'm going to say 5.5 plus 5.5 plus 5.5 plus 5.5. So really though, we're actually doing multiplication here, because what we're actually doing is 5.5 times 4. So when you do this, you're actually multiplying fractions. So just like we did on the last one, we're going to start with all of our whole numbers. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I've got 20 wholes. Halves are pretty easy to add because 2 halves make a whole, right? So here's a whole, here's a whole. So I've got plus 2 more wholes. So for my 5.5 inches, I need 22 inches total for that. Now I need to add the 3 1/4. So I've got 4 of them. 3 1/4 plus 3 1/4 plus 3 1/4 plus 3 1/4. Again, same thing. You're actually doing 3 1/4 times 4. So if we just thought real quick about that multiplication, 3 times 4 is 12. And then a 4th times 4, a 4th 4 times is what? A whole. So my answer should be 13. Let's try it with our addition down here. I'm going to do my whole numbers, 3, 6, 9, 12. And then I've got a 4th, a 4th, a 4th, and a 4th. Well, 4 fourths makes 1 whole, and that's what I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4 fourths. So when I put all those fourths together, I've got 1 more whole. So I've got a total of 13 inches on this one. So now all I have to do is put the 22 together with the 13 for a total of 35 inches. So how many inches of wood does he need? 35 inches. Now what I want you to do is I want you to stop and I want you to go do the number line problem that's on the back of this picture frame problem. And then go back, or then come to video 3.